You're all a bunch of fucking assholes. You know why? You don't have the guts to be what you want to be. You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
What up, y'all? This is Rodney James for MMAsoldier.net. If you checked in with us last week, we had Matt Brown, who was in the co-main event at UFC Glendale. But don't forget, that's an amazing card from top to bottom. So today I caught up with another one of the competitors that's going to be fighting April 14th. That's UFC Glendale. Check it out. This is a badass card. UFC Middleweight Brad Tavares is joining us. What's up, brother?
What's up, bro?
Hey, man.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, man. So, how you feeling? We're getting pretty close.
Yeah, starting to close in. It's crazy. I think they approached me at the fight at like 12 weeks, 11 weeks out. And here we are, less than 4 weeks out. I mean, it always happens like that. You know, once you get in camp, it's before you know it, the fight is here. But everything is going good according to plan. All my training is going really well. The weight is good. Feeling strong, energetic, and healthy. So really good.
Is that a good time frame for you as far as preparation? 12 weeks? Is that what you normally want?
I mean, anytime I feel like the more notice that you can get, the better, because then you can prepare. But honestly, I've been in shape. I never stopped training since my last fight. The only reason why I took such a long way off is because I just had a baby girl, and that's my first child. So I had to figure out what that dad life is all about.
It ain't no joke.
Yeah, it ain't. But no, I mean, they offered me the Vitor fight. I was willing to take that. I thought it was going to be on a day's notice. I had just finished training here on Saturday. I had some missed calls from Ali, my manager, and I already knew what it was because I had heard, Uriah got really sick.
Okay, so you're talking about St. Louis.
Yes. Sorry, St. Louis. And then I even got offered, or not offered, I won't say they offered it to me, but being that I had heard that he wasn't feeling well, I was approached about taking the Jacare fight, and that was on a week's notice. But Derek ended up making a recovery and ended up taking that fight. So, I'm ready. I stay in shape. I don't ever not train, so I feel I can go on a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. But I mean, it's good if you have time to prepare for a certain opponent and whatnot. But
sure.
Yeah.
And you got a tough one, man. There's no easy road in your division, man. It's deeper than ever.
No.
We were talking about that a little bit off camera, but this division is crazy, man. Like, especially with the whole shake up at the top of the division.
Oh yeah.
And now you got a couple of guys that you fought getting ready to fight again.
Yep.
Did you foresee the whole GSP situation? I didn't. A lot of people were like, "Oh, I knew he was going to come in and grab the cash and take off." I really didn't expect that.
So I did not expect him to stay at middleweight, honestly. If you look at the guys he had to fight, Tyron Woodley or Michael Bisping, I'm not saying that either is a better fighter, but stylistically, matchup-wise and fight-wise, I think that Bisping was a much better matchup. On top of that, GSP hadn't fought in 4 years, so you know what I mean? Making that cut down to 170 after 4 years, that might have been really difficult. So the cut to 185, almost like a trial cut for him to, you know what I mean? To like see if, can I even get to 70? And I'm sure he got to 185 fairly easily and then realized that he could get to 170 like how he used to. So I honestly did not see him staying. I saw him winning that fight. I bet on him actually to win that fight. He won the fight, and I didn't foresee him getting sick or whatever, but I didn't think for a second that he would stay in 185.
Dang. See, I don't know, man. I must have been the only person that was fooled. I thought he was going to stay around because now he's coming back saying, well, I want to fight again, and I'll take a fight only that is going to help to build my legacy. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Your legacy is already amazing.
Yeah.
You just won the middleweight championship and then gave it up. That to me didn't make any sense. I thought he would at least go down to 70 and maybe try to capture 2 belts. But
yeah, so what is he doing now? Retiring? Or
he's back to just, doesn't know what he wants to do.
So he just wants, I mean, he's smart, he's an older guy. He already, like you said, he already created and made, and his legacy is there. So he's looking for those money fights, I feel like that's what everybody's doing nowadays.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I think he even put Conor McGregor's name in the mix. I'm like, come on, man. now you're just being a bully. It's
Yeah.
that guy, you're talking about a featherweight versus a guy who just won the middleweight belt.
Yeah.
I'm out. But speaking of middleweight, though, like I said, it's a competitive division right now, man. You're a couple of fights away from. I mean, you're already ranked, obviously, but you got another tough guy in front of you. What do you know about this guy? Is it Jotko or Jotko?
I've heard it. I thought it was Jotko, but I've heard people say Jotko.
Okay, it doesn't matter though, right?
Yeah, I mean, no disrespect to the dude. I'm sorry about your name. I don't know how to say it, but no, he's definitely a tough guy. He's one of those guys that, you know, like we talked about earlier, he just came in, racked up some wins, made a name for himself, got right into those rankings, and I just, you know, I had heard about his name before I ever seen him fight. Heard, oh, Krzysztof Jotko won. And then his first fight that I actually seen was against Branch, and then obviously against Uriah. But other than that, you know, or prior to those, I had never seen him fight, had no clue where he came from, but had just heard the name. But from his record, from the fights I've seen, you know, he's well-rounded, pretty good everywhere. But I feel like I'm the better fighter. I feel like come fight night, I'll be the superior fighter, I'll be the superior athlete, and I'm gonna come away victorious.
Hell yeah. We've heard and seen the hashtag UFC Hawaii. We've heard some rumblings about that. We're getting more excited. So obviously, if that happens, and looks like it will, we got to have Max Holloway. We got to have you, obviously, Yancy Medeiros.
Yep.
Tell me about some other Hawaiians that might be flying under the radar that we should know about.
Well, we got Dan Ige, who just made it to the UFC.
On Contender Series.
Yeah, on
That's
Contender
right.
Series.
One of your training partners.
Yeah,
right?
and his last fight, you know, didn't go his way, but showed just what type of grit he has. He's a warrior, you know. We have Boston Salmon, who also made his fight or his debut UFC. I don't even know if they consider that UFC debut, but he was on Contender Series as well.
Yeah.
And suffered a knee injury, had to get surgery, and, you know, so suffered a setback, and is working through that right now at the UFC PI, recovering. So we'll see him back in action, hopefully later this year, if not by like summertime. He definitely needs to be on that card. And you know, there's a bunch of young and up-and-coming fighters. Maki Pitolo, he's fighting, I believe, this weekend.
Okay.
On I'm not sure of the show, but he trains with Max and Yancy them. He's solid, you know. He's had a tough run here and there, you know. He's actually a really talented fighter, really good, well-rounded, and just has, you know, just been unfortunate, come up on a short side of some of his fights. But
what's his weight class?
170.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, he used to fight for VFC, I think.
Okay.
But definitely a guy that is skilled enough to be in the UFC and compete with those guys at 170. And I'm sure, I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be there soon.
Right on. And a bonus question, I know you're a big Raiders fan.
Yeah.
We're getting the Raiders here soon. Just right down the street, they've started construction.
Yeah.
Man. It's looking nice.
Yeah, it's crazy. You see all those big cranes, and, you know, one thing.
Did you get yourself one of these yet, bro?
Yeah.
Bootleg.
He's not a Cowboys fan. He's a Raiders fan.
I'm a Cowboys fan until I die.
But no, yeah. So when you hear about him coming here, you know, it's like, oh, cool. But now to see all the construction they're doing, to have those big cranes, they've dug out the foundation and
The John Gruden billboard now.
yeah, I like that. They've changed it, like, I believe, like 3 or 4 times already. You know, I always drive past there to take my girlfriend to work on Dean Martin, so I pass it often. And yeah, that's the, after he got hired, that was the newest one. Actually, I think it's been 4 times, because they had the original one, they changed it once more, and then after the Vegas, the October 1st shooting, they had a Vegas strong one, and then now the Gruden.
Yeah.
See, I pay attention to
Yeah.
these things.
That's right. Yeah, no, I frequent those routes as well, man. Well, hey, best of luck in your fight, and also best of luck in dad life. I know
Dad
it's
life.
a game changer, brother.
Yeah.
And I see it's bringing a little gray here on the side. See, I can
Silver
say
fox.
that. Yeah, because it's starting to happen to me too, bro. It just hits you out of nowhere, and then you're like, shit.
Nah, man, this is I'm doomed, because my my real father, I guess by the time like he was like 25 or something, had food, salt, and pepper, and my mom's dad, when I remember, I don't know how old he was, but when he got older, he had full white hair.
So at 30, you're doing pretty damn good.
That's what I'm destined for.
Yeah, you got a nice full head of hair
Yeah,
too. So.
but if not, shave it bald.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Right on, man. Well, hey, that's Brad Tavares. That's UFC Glendale, man. That's coming up April 14th?
April 14th.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm Rodney James for MMASoldier.net. Thanks, Brad.
Yeah. Thank you, brother. Yeah.
So say good night to the bad guy.